What is going on, guys? It is your boy Quaman Star G, and welcome to another brand spanking new video we got going for you all today. So I want to get into it about this Fortnite. Personally, I was very much of the mindset that Fortnite was not it for me. Yeah, I understand all of the cliches you can probably associate with the game. I was very much a believer of them, geared towards kids, the free to play model, just basically all of the stuff you would associate a quote unquote hardcore gamer having with Fortnite essentially. But a strange thing happened, and that is they started adding DC and Marvel characters to the game, and that definitely began to pique my interest. Now, let me just clarify it. I didn't care when they put the Infinity Gauntlet in the game, honestly. I didn't care that they had Thanos in the game. Thanos is one of my least favorite comic book characters for a variety of reasons. Chief among them, I feel like they overblow him and they make him look more menacing and more villainous than he actually is, and a lot of his story arcs are very try-hardy, IMO. But when they started adding Aquaman and Batman and Joker and Catwoman to the game, I was very much like, oh, now this game is on my radar, because now you can play as DC's heroes and whatnot. But I didn't think much of it, because it was just these costumes here and there that you pay directly for, no real major event. And then they put Deadpool and X-Force in the game, and I was like, oh wow, yeah, okay, I can see it. I didn't think much of it, because I rocks with Deadpool, but not too much. I don't rock with Deadpool that much on a degree that's, oh my god, this is Deadpool, cosplay as Deadpool, nothing like that. But I do like him as a character. And then when I see they got Domino and Psylocke and Cable, I'm like, oh yeah, this is good. But unfortunately, it didn't really up my interest to play it consistently during all of that, so I missed out on that. So I'm like, okay, it's fine. Fortnite, it does some cool things. You have these musicians and the whatnots and everything. And then they went full force with this Marvel update. And not only did they go full force with this Marvel update, they went full force with this update in regards to X-Men characters, as well as just your general MCU-esque characters. Because that's kind of my litmus test for my enthusiasm, is if you have an virtual all MCU minded roster, or if you're really going to get into it and show the full breadth of the Marvel roster. And I can definitely say they did the latter, adding characters like Doctor Doom, Mystique, Wolverine, Storm, characters like that. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely interested. And then I played the game. I gave it a try. I wanted to unlock the characters, and I like the fact that they're using their comic book designs and less of their movie inspired fits, if you will. And then something dawned on me. Something dawned on me, and that was, doesn't the DC characters still stay in the game? Like, you don't lose those costumes. And I was asking myself that question. And I was like, that'd be cool if I ran into somebody playing as a DC costume, but I doubt it. I don't think they would let that happen in Fortnite. And then, out of the blue, and you guys saw it at the beginning of the video, right before the intro, I was playing a game of Battle Royale, and then I just happened to see god dang Christian Bale Batman, the Dark Knight Batman, and I'm Red She-Hulk. And then we start hitting our dance, we start grooving and booving and doing what we need to do right before we have to hop off the battle bus, and my mind it was blown open. And not just that, you see Batman inspired pickaxes and Joker inspired pickaxes and Aquaman and Trident as a pickaxe, and I flat out, you should be seeing it right now, flat out got killed by Jason Momoa's Aquaman as I was playing as Red She-Hulk with Baby Groot on my back, and he has Baby Groot on his back. That is phenomenal. That is mind-blowing to me. That's mind-boggling to me. That this game that's been lambasted for its simplistic design, simplistic game mechanics, and the fact that it's free to play and it's not a quote-unquote real game to a lot of people, it's doing something that no other entity has done outside of a couple of comics in the mid-90s and early 2000s. And that is having honest to God, straight up unambiguous Marvel and DC crossover. That to me is that should be making a lot more noise than what it is. And I get it. I'll be the first to point out and frown at what I perceive to be a shameless tie-in, or if you will, something that just, oh, here we're gonna just do this and blah blah blah, like so stuff of that nature. I'm the first. I'll gladly admit that I'm the first to do that. But this just seems like it's so much more, especially when you consider just the lack of overall video gaming content that's unique that we've been getting from both Marvel and DC. Yeah, we got Injustice and the Lego games, but you know, those are niche experiences. And of course the Batman Arkham games and the upcoming Suicide Squad and Gotham Knights. And you know, I'd be remiss and if I didn't bring up Spider-Man's resurgence on the PS4 and soon to be PS5, as well as the Avengers, even though that kind of petered out. But we're gonna keep that to ourselves. We're gonna keep that on the low. We're not gonna really get into that. But yeah, when you look at stuff like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, they jacked that up, and no one wants to touch that with a 39.5-foot pole. And you know, there isn't really a major DC video game that doesn't majorly revolve around Batman. And yeah, Fortnite still is an example of that, because there is at least 2 different Batman skins, and the majority of DC's representation is Batman, with the side of Aquaman in there. No other characters, no Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash, Green Arrow, you know, etc., etc. But that's still DC content, and specifically the biggest DC character being represented, and the biggest DC movie character at this moment being represented. And Spider-Man, and then you got, I don't know why I said Spider-Man because it's not in there, but he probably will. And then on the Marvel side, you literally have a plethora of X-Men characters. All 3 of the Trinity Avengers, Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, you know, She-Hulk as well. They just did a segment where you got to buy, you could buy and play as Silver Surfer and Blade, and can't forget Groot, and he has a Rocket Raccoon or emote, I don't know why I said remote, but emote for his character. So it's that's a gargantuan amount of Marvel representation that's going on, and it's awesome to see. And I really want it to continue dramatically with these characters popping up. I want it to be more characters. Now, of course, it's not going to happen at the same time because licensing and agreements and stuff like that. But I want it to get to a point where it's not crazy to see, gosh dang, a match in Fortnite where you can have Wonder Woman and Storm and Captain Marvel and Supergirl characters, you know, even though it doesn't, you know, I know the comic book sticklers, but it doesn't thematically make sense. Why are they in Fortnite? It's a video game, y'all. And plus, Fortnite has been adding equipment that replicates their superpowers, their most iconic version, you know, iconic moves with their superpowers. So it's doable. You know, it's absolutely doable. And hopefully, this opens the door for a proper Marvel and DC crossover video game, whether it be fighting, third-person action, or something similar to the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games. Like, that would be dope. I feel like now it's weird that seeing She-Hulk and Batman dance have just opened my mind up to so many possibilities. Because and that's something I also want to do. I want to challenge anyone with Fortnite that has a DC skin to hawk down and track down a Marvel character, or if there's a Marvel event, track it down and post about it. Show these companies that you're willing to do this. You know, currently at the time of this recording, there is a Wolverine event happening where if you defeat Wolverine, you get his claws. So, I mean, not just his claws, but you get his costume as well. You know, post yourself playing as Batman, you know, shooting him down and getting access to the costume, or Aquaman for that matter. I mean, granted, it's an ordeal even trying to find old Knucklehead, but still, that adventure doing that, or, you know, just the general Marvel aesthetic, you know, show yourself as Batman at Stark Enterprises. Like, that's something we should do as a community of nerds and comic book enthusiasts, to show we are 100% behind and for a honest to God, unambiguous DC and Marvel crossover, and is willing to support it. Because that, to me, that's the dream. That's the dream of it. Because all of these guys who work in the comics or the movies or whatever, they're quick to say there's no rivalry, blah, blah, blah. There's no hard feelings. Well, okay, let's put their money where their mouth is. Let's show them just how much we are willing to take them at their word and show some support for this. Because this is dope. This is some dope stuff. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking what I'm experiencing, and I'm liking everything, and I'm liking the concept, and I really think that this should push forward. Because, you know, you see it in fighting games. That's my biggest example to this working so well. Look at Super Smash Brothers. Look at Tekken 7. Look at Dead or Alive. All of the games I mentioned have characters from other fighting games in their video game, and specifically with Tekken 7, they have Akuma and Geese Howard. Akuma, of course, from the iconic Street Fighter franchise, and Geese Howard from the legendary SNK video games such as Fatal Fury and The King of Fighters. They're all in a fighting game with Jin Kazama and Heihachi from Tekken. At one point, all three of those were heated rivals and were like not trying to associate themselves with one another. Dead or Alive, it literally has Jackie from Virtua Fighter, and it has Mai from Fatal Fury. Both of them Mai's from SNK and Jackie's from Sega, and they're in a Koei Tecmo fighting game. These are all people who consider themselves rivals. And don't even get me started with Super Smash Brothers. They literally have Minecraft Steve, a Microsoft-owned character, essentially an Xbox character, in their video game. That's even for forgetting Sonic the Hedgehog, or Mega Man, or Solid Snake, or Pac-Man, who are already in the game. So this mindset absolutely works and is beneficial both for the fans and these corporations. So yeah, this is an idea I'm very much behind getting more and more momentum, and I would really like to see us as a community go ahead and push for these things to be known. But in any case, this has been your boy QuamonStarG. If you've liked what you've seen and heard, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notify bell to know when I go live. In any case, per the usual, thank you all for your love and support. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later. Peace.